Okay, let's do this one last time, yeah? For real this time. This is it. It's been a year since the release of Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse in theaters, and it wouldn't be justified if I said this movie did not have an everlasting impact on the animation industry. This movie is Sony Pictures Animation at their finest. The story, the writing, the animation, everything is so intertwined with each other, yet stands as individual pieces on their own. And don't even get me started on the amazing soundtrack by Metro Boomin and the other amazing and talented artists who worked on this amazing album. After the masterpiece that was 2018's Into the Spider-Verse, Sony Animation had a lot of work to do if they wanted to make a successor to an already phenomenal movie that I and many others believe didn't even need one in the first place. And here I am once more wondering how they pulled this impossible task off. And one of the many ways they pulled it off was in the story. In the beginning of the movie, we get reintroduced to Miles Morales, where we see him trying to balance two completely different worlds he's living in. One as Spider-Man and the other as a son and as a student. He feels like he has nobody to talk to in this situation and wonders if his parents will even understand him from his point of view. And earlier in the movie, we see the same thing happen with Gwen, who was struggling with the same state of mind as Miles. As Spider-Woman, Gwen has been labeled as a criminal by the captain who is her father. And in the little moments we spend in this world, we see as this tension escalates between her and her father and eventually reaches a breaking point between them. Captain Stacy finds out who Gwen really is, and instead of being there for someone he calls his daughter, we see him throw away his family feelings aside and purely focus on the job at hand. Each of the stories eventually lead up to Miguel O'Hara, the vampire Spider-Man with fangs and red webs that we don't see the other Spider-Man/women having. Miguel is the man of order and follows the rules. He doesn't always like what he's doing, but he believes he has to. And as someone who upholds this sense of belief, he makes sure everything is right and perfect, and he makes the Spider Society to keep to his further goals. He directly clashes with Miles, who he views as an anomaly, a glitch, a little kid, and that he doesn't belong anywhere, or at the very least, with them. Miles goes against everything he believes in, and the thought of everything he's worked for crumbling down doesn't make Miguel very happy. And this makes him a perfect contrast to that of Miles and his own beliefs as Spider-Man. I believe the first movie is Miles finding out and being Spider-Man. The second is him finding out his footing to make his own decisions, or what he wants to be as Spider-Man. Not following the sets of path people want him to go down on, but him trying to do his own thing. While the story is another strong point of this whole movie, it's just a puzzle piece in what sets apart this amazing movie from the rest. Another strong point for me is the animation, and there is just so much to talk about. The first movie's animation captured audiences in 2018, and he somehow managed to do it again. They really gave the movie that comic book feeling. If you pay close attention, you can find little text as they pop up, explaining what just happened between the characters or different moments and scenes in the movie. The way Hobie is always inconsistent, never following the set path of what is normal, or maybe just how the city skylines are drawn in the day and the night. Everything is so beautiful. The animators didn't have to make subtle details like that, but they went out of their way to make sure we had the best viewing experience of a superhero movie to date. I walked out of that theater just trying to grasp how they did it, how they were able to mesh so many things in that movie without making it seem so convoluted. And from an artistic perspective, this movie will stand the test of times as one of, if not the most beautiful looking movies. And lastly, one more thing I believe finished this puzzle piece in this fantastic movie is the soundtrack by Metro Boomin and the other talented and amazing artists who worked on this also. The different ways they captured feelings inside me was perplexing as it was revealing, with my personal favorite being Mona Lisa and Am I Dreaming. These songs are what encapsulates this movie, and I Am Dreaming is such a perfect ending to an otherwise perfect movie.